and there's an ad every 15 seconds. I don't know like how this business model works. It's so crazy. I'll keep this one. Kind of a weird hand, but I think the Llanowar Reborn being a pretty free and valuable land here makes this hand worth it. If we're playing against a non-interactive deck, we can slam Overseer on turn 2. This hand's really good against Thoughtseize. Basic Swamp Thoughtseize. I kind of like playing Throne of Geth. Maybe we just play the Overseer and take the trade, though. They just have to kill it, and Overseer is getting worse every single turn. Yeah, it's true. Like, if they are a Jund deck and they draw Wrenn and 6, they can't cast it this turn. I hope that Yama doesn't come in and make a YouTube video about how badly I play his favorite deck today. Or maybe I hope he does, so I can farm that Twitter beef. I think I want to get this into play before I play anything else. If I draw a land, maybe I'll Ballista on for 2, and then proliferate onto the Llanowar Reborn off of Throne of Geth. We'll see. There's also a black source for Lurrus. Okay, that's going down. Dark Confidant, huh? I can't keep mentioning this video without linking it. I absolutely can. Alright, I will graft onto the Ballista if they let me. But if they respond, then I will ping the Dark Confidant. But now Throne of Geth isn't getting to proliferate onto the Llanowar Reborn, which is fine. Forest. Oh, thanks, Ghost Region. I'm not sure what happened there. What are some of my favorite foods? I really like steak and sushi and cheesecake and a good burger. Usually one that Esther makes. She makes a really good burger. Esther, can I get a cheeseburgers, Mr. Leahy? Esther, can I get a cheeseburgers, Mr. Leahy? No. No.
You want me to say it?
Yeah. I'm not asking for a cheeseburger. I'm asking you to give me, yeah.
I just gave you a breakfast.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers, Mr. Leahy.
If you're wondering what Esther and I's relationship dynamic is like, we're most like Mr. Leahy and Randy from
I'm Randy.
Yeah, Esther is Randy and I'm Mr. Leahy. And we're not even like completely joking, to be honest.
Because all I ever think about is
all
food.
Esther ever thinks about is food and cheeseburgers.
And then apparently
I think I just want to get the second Ballista down there before a discard spell can get it.
I am the liquor.
Yeah, I am the liquor is why I'm Mr. Leahy.
I am the liquor after one beer.
Well, has one beer. I am the liquor. So if you ever want to get an insight, you can watch Trailer Park Boys and Mr. Leahy and Randy. It's very, very similar relationship dynamic.
It's similar, but it's not.
there's the best goofs have a little bit of truth, I always like to say. I've always said that, actually.
Have you? You didn't steal it from someone else? Like, you steal all your jokes?
How could you say that to me?
Yeah. I learned that, like...
I steal, like, 70% of my jokes.
I learned that a year into our relationship. I thought you were so funny, so original, so funny. And then I learned you just get everything off YouTube and movies. And, like...
I have good taste, okay? I have good taste. They let me proliferate? Oh, whoops, I was supposed to sack the Throne of Geth, not the Yeah, I was supposed to sack the Throne of Geth. Yeah, and then yeah, that would have been so much better. Sorry, guys. I can't wait for Yama to make the YouTube video about me. Here's why Aspiring Spike is bad at Magic and should never be allowed to play again. They decay my module wisely. Module is such a good card. I'm gonna get Hangarback Walker. Sorry, Hangarback Walker from the graveyard. You can only X equals 1 when you Lurrus from the graveyard. It used to be Lurrus was originally bugged, where you could cast X for any amount, but the converted mana cost of the spell has to be 2, and X spells have a different CMC on the stack depending on how much X is. What do I think about the party mechanic? I think it's really cool and more of a limited mechanic than the constructed one, but I like the idea of the mechanic for sure. Hit a discard spell. Fatal Push with no Revolt. Yes, you can kick spells because Kicker does not change the CMC of a spell on the stack. Lurrus really paying off here. I'd say this Lurrus card is pretty good. I'd say that if I was going to say if Lurrus were good or bad, I'd say good. Well, it's game. The key to play this deck is every time you draw Arcbound Ravager, you just go, oh, that's game. I don't think I was supposed to get Animation Module first. I think I'd rather have Hangarback Walker. Because I had nothing to module at the time. Maybe I'm wrong. Bring in triple Veil of Summer. I don't like the Ozolith so much in this matchup where they can just kind of control your creatures with removal spells and this card doesn't do anything. But maybe leave in like one copy of the Ozolith. Maybe we play a Relic instead. I could see trimming on Arcbound Worker. Steel Overseer is also not good. Could maybe play Pithing Needle for Wrenn and 6. Kind of like that. Oh no, can play around Wrenn. Yeah, you don't want Winding Constrictor. Your 2-drop slot is really clogged, and Winding Constrictor is not good enough. No. I'll play the second Ozolith. I think Steel Overseer is really, really bad in the matchup. I think I just want to cut all of them. Maybe I'll play 1 and 1 Ozolith. I'll play 2. Yeah, you can definitely over sideboard in this matchup. It's definitely a thing that can happen. Okay, this is a keep. I will say that I'm not sold on the Baubles. I don't think that you need Bauble for Lurrus to be good, and Bauble does have, I think, some tension in the deck. Let me get a Scales down on turn 1, though. I'll play the Bauble and I'll sack it on their upkeep to be a little more resilient to a discard spell. It does sack the Throne of Geth. There are definitely synergies with this card, but I think that you could maybe not play it. This is a dono deck, yes. I don't know if I put that in the title. Probably should. It is Dono Deck Thursday. Turn 2 Tarmogoyf. At one point was a very powerful force in this format. Get to draw 2 cards this turn. All right, I think we want to play the second Scales. Maybe we play Nexus instead of the Ozolith, or sorry, Nexus into Ozolith. And next turn we can go Llanowar Reborn into Ravager. Maybe. Love to see Liliana of the Veil. I don't think they're like dead to Liliana. Pillage, huh? Wasn't expecting Pillage. It's weirdly good, I guess. So I don't really want to play Ravager without the ability to put the counters from it on something. So we'll play the Reborn here, flooding out a bit, and I'm not going to blame it all on Mishra's Bauble, but I will say, when you play Mishra's Bauble, you are going to flood out more often than you would otherwise. But maybe having Lurrus means flooding out's not so bad. It's been a long time since I've seen Liliana the Last Hope in Modern. The chance of playing a one of Karn the Great Creator, probably not in this deck. I mean, yeah, the counters would go on the Ozolith, but I think we could get both. We could get some modular value. All right, 2 mana, 6/6. Had to jump through a couple hoops. If they're on all, red removal, this is going to be great. And they are dead to Nexus next turn, so they might be a little wary to tap out for a card like Bloodbraid Elf. Our Sliver is on the agenda. They're already off the agenda, actually. All right. Need to draw a creature, although we could maybe take 5, and put 6 counters on Lurrus. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Although this is definitely the play. Even if they have Fatal Push, we get 3 Thopters. I guess Thopters are less good against Liliana the Last Hope. Jeez. 11/11. 2 mana, 11/11. Pretty good. Good luck, opponent. What a sick top deck. Is this a 13/13? No, it is not. Resolves. Ooze is going to be good against our Lurrus. Well, not much else to... Oh, well, sorry. I should have left up Veil of Summer. Or the ability to... Yeah, I should not have played Blooming Marsh. I should have played Llanowar Wastes. Didn't think that turn out. Still in fine shape. They reveal Abrupt Decay to their Dark Confidant. I mean, if they declare the Walker, we get 11 1/1s, so we're not really upset if that happens. Yeah, I'm just trying to give Yama and Fran content for the dunk videos. They can put me to 3 with this attack, so I guess if their unknown card is Lightning Bolt, they get us. Also could have had Veil up for this Decay. Although I'm about to get to put a lot of counters on Lurrus, and if they just don't draw a Lightning Bolt, Lurrus is going to be huge in lifelinking. Although I guess I could also just put the counters on a Thopter and win the game. This is assuming they don't have exactly Lightning Bolt as the one unknown card, and they've already used 2 bolts. So if they do have Lightning Bolts, we get to complain about it really hard. If they're playing, this puts them dead on board if they don't have Lightning Bolt. So the only way this play is correct is if they do. Or, bump in the night. Alright, they're dead. Ozolith was really sick. It is my first time playing with the Ozolith. I've played this deck before the Ozolith was a legal card. Yeah, I think my opponent has made mistakes here. Scales is a really hard deck to play against. There's a lot going on. Big ol' Thopter. Yeah, that is also true. People are out of practice at playing against affinity creatures. You don't think you cut Ozolith in the interactive matchups? I know I have not been impressed by the Ozolith playing against it as interactive decks, but I also have a lot of exiled base removal sometimes. Not yet, Pardrew. I also keep changing the sideboard for Jeskai Wildfire, but I just haven't had enough time to work on it this week. I'm the best man in a wedding, and it's been spending a lot of time planning it and stuff. Yeah, I haven't updated the Stream Decker yet. Stream Decker's been pretty slow. I'll try to do so again. Right now, I think on a mold of 5 we keep this. I think I'll keep Pendelhaven instead of Llanowar Wastes. Shock and Hallowed Fountain and pass. Second Ozolith, bad draw. Obviously, we should have put back the Ozolith. Are we playing? If we're playing against Miracles, then it is awkward that Terminus doesn't trigger counters on the Ozolith, which is a bug we just found out about. Or maybe I should say I just found out about. I'm going to be a little more mana efficient and play Throne of Geth. I don't think they're Miracles. I don't think that Miracles... I mean, at least I personally, when I play Miracles, don't use my ops this aggressively. I think I'll play Throne of Geth here again. This is the main deck Crucible, dude. Awesome. I think you're right. It does look like that deck. I didn't remember the username. This is kind of what I'm talking about with cards like the Ozolith. It's like, look at our. I mean, our draw has obviously been, you know, non-functional, but that's why I like trimming the Ozolith in matchups like this. Like, drawing multiples is bad, and you just can't afford to draw all of these effects. You have to resolve some creatures. Oh, whoops. Sorry. I thought for sure it was going to resolve. I'm thrilled that they countered that with Cryptic Command. Might even be able to bait another counterspell with this Ozolith. Pretty Lights has donated. Can you post a link to that deck in the chat so I can take a look? I can't copy and paste from my view. I guess we have a 4th deck in the queue. Humans, awesome. I haven't played Humans in a while. Be good to continue the creature deck train for today. Humans and Legacy with Rick, awesome! Okay, cool. Hell yeah, dude. I'm stoked. I'm doing well today, Tyler, if you're talking to me. And I hope whoever, if you're not talking to me, hope whoever you're talking to is doing well. So do I want to sack it, cash in a Throne of Geth for 4 damage? Yeah, I think so. And because they're at 16 and another Ballista is exactly lethal, if we do all the damage to them, I am going to do all the damage to them. So I have 1 Rick in my collection. I was given earlier this week. So we have at least 1 Rick. But you know, maybe someone in chat can loan us to us if Mana Traders doesn't have any. We'll figure it out. Wait, what am I waiting for? Okay, Pretty Lights has them, cool. We'll see if Mana Traders does. Why not 7 counters, sack the other Geth? I think I'd just rather keep the Throne of Geth instead of putting them to 4, right? It's just not lethal. Unless was I wrong? They Cryptic Command the Bauble, which is a play I respect, I think. Yeah, Throne of Geth doesn't double. It puts 1 extra counter on, which in that case was doubling. They Mystic Sanctuary back Cryptic. I don't know how anybody could find that fun. What kind of monster would do that all the time? Are we lagging? Or are they just not sure what to do here? We do have Hardened Scales, Tron. That's true. They're going to draw 2 cards with Archmage's Charm. I wasn't being sarcastic. I actually think Cryptic Command to counter draw Mishra's Bauble was fine there. Main deck Isolate? Wild. I don't think we're there yet. I want to cut Welding Jar against the white removal. I'm going to trim on at least one Ozolith. I think they're a Stoneforge Mystic deck. I've played against this guy in the past. I think I want to play one Torpor Orb for Snapcaster and Stoneforge. Bring in Relic. I don't know. I personally, when I play Snapcaster Sanctuary decks, I'm usually pretty happy when my opponents bring in Relic. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to trim a Metallic Mimic. It's very important that when you're ever playing a modern deck, and someone plays a card against you that's very, very good against you, but you don't see it normally, you're supposed to complain about it super hard. If someone plays a card that's great against you, you're supposed to complain about it if it's not one of the most popular played cards. There's no other way to engage with that. If an opponent plays a terrible card and it's bad, you would never criticize them for that, of course. Yeah, I'm mostly being sarcastic. Like, maybe Isolate is just great. I don't personally see it, but it was great against me, you know. But that's definitely like a Magic player cliche. Like, you have like your spicy tech card and it's great against your opponent, and then they complain about it. Module, I think, is more important to resolve than the Ozolith. I may be wrong about that, but I'm going to prioritize it here. I think I'll go Worker and just make a Servo? Servo. Yeah, getting your complaints game as high as possible is really important to being a good streamer. I mean, Isolate against Titan kills Amulet, and it also kills Expedition Map and, you know, Stars and Spheres. It's not dead against those decks. Just kind of hoping to find a land, of course. I'll just play a Ravager. I'll save the original art in my hand, which is my preferred art. Not that this is bad. Both are fine. I actually like the new promo art stuff for the Affinity cards. But I will say that those arts, like the Nexus, the Ballista, I feel like they're pretty divisive. Like, you either really like them or you really don't, which is, I think, good. I think art should be divisive. What would it take for Affinity Hardened Scales to become more viable again? A lack of really... I don't know if I've ever seen this card, but this is just like a better disenchant, actually. No, this is a worse disenchant because it gets Veil of Summered. No, sorry. Never mind. Sorry. I thought, never mind. It does not get Veil of Summered. I'm just flabbergasted. Can't think. Can't kill Stone Coil Serpent. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. It's just a weird card to see. It gets gusted. Yeah. I mean, they're not green. They're not green, right? So why Nature's Chant? Well, it's worse than their blue-white deck. Their blue-white, I think. I've played against this guy in the past, or this person in the past. Although guy is, in my opinion, gender neutral. Not everybody agrees. I'd love to be canceled on Twitter. Could get off the website. Could be a 1-1 split, yeah. I bet our opponent has not put as much thought into Nature's Chant as we are right now. They're like, oh, this is basically Disenchant. I'll put it in there. Oh, also, that's actually a pretty clever title. Nature's Chant is a reference to Disenchant. kind of think that that's probably intentional. A pretty good Veil of Summer. Would love to draw a third land, but we're doing okay. Yeah, Nature's Claim too. I do usually like the wordplay that Wizards employs. Would I be down to try Phoenix in Modern again? Yeah, I guess. It's been a while. I liked the Baral version I had. It's been a while. Well, I was going to go Ozolith, Hold Up Veil when they had 3 mana up, but now that they only have, 1, I think I want to resolve a Ravager. I don't know what a fixed looting would look like, because looting was like the best card in Modern for a long time. For a long time, looting was the best card in Modern in a lot of different decks. I mean, I think looting without flashback would be too good in Modern still right now. Philosophical question: if you would play Baral and Phoenix, why not play Storm? It's because you don't have to play a bunch of like rituals that don't get any value. Like, Brawl is just like a value card in this deck. This is an old brew of mine. I 5-0'd a bunch with it. But it was pretty cool. You didn't have to play any rituals in the deck. And when you untapped with an active Ascension, you usually won anyways because a combination of Phoenix and Bolts was usually very lethal. And like Phoenix gave you a lot of like really resilient, a really resilient grindy threat that Storm doesn't have access to. And then Brawl works well with Phoenix, because you can loot it away, and you have Remand to counter your own spell, loot away Phoenix, or counter your opponent's spell. Also Force of Negation to loot away. This deck was awesome, honestly. It was really hard to play, but it was a really cool deck. Careful Study, but a 2-mana instant. Yeah, I think that would probably be fine. I mean, there's already that's already Izzet Charm, So I think that would maybe even be a little underpowered. This card has an additional cost, 2 cards, draw 2. Yeah, that's worse than Cathartic Reunion. Although if at 1 mana, that's one of the best Magic cards ever printed because of Dredge. I don't think you can allow that to happen. Yeah, looting was the best card in Magic or in Modern, and it was way too good, and so a fixed version of looting is going to look very, very different. You can't have it. You can't have Careful Study. Looting was just way too good. It was like a 1 mana draw 2 that also gave you a ton of mana, and you flash it back for 3 mana. It was insanely good. Baral, Phoenix, or Sultai Gifts more rewarding to play. I'd put them pretty close to the same reward level, I guess. Maybe Baral, Phoenix. Snap, Disenchant. Ban Uro and Mystic Sanctuary, print Careful Study. I feel like you're not listening to me. Alright, just sack the Ravager to its own ability, yes. Put the counter on the servo so it can attack through the Snapcaster. Yeah, like Mardu Pyromancer was a really cool deck, and I do feel bad for people who had their really cool deck banned. But also, boy, was I tired of dying to I was just tired of dying to Dredge and to Phoenix and to Hollow One every single game. It was so hard. I think I want to hold up Veil of Summer instead of play the Ozolith, but the Ozolith is also not bad here because they're going to block the mod worker probably. Well, I guess I'll just make another token. Yeah. Module is so good in these grindy matchups. Make Blue Eyes White Dragon legal. Now that's a play. Yeah, people who say just print Careful Study into Modern, those people liked Arc like Phoenix, and that's it. They only want their Phoenix deck to be exactly the same as it used to be. That's what that means. They mean I want Phoenix to be exactly the same as it used to be, maybe even a little bit better because you get to be so blue now. And I don't care about other people's decks. I don't really care about format balance. I get it. I get it. I get it. I love Phoenix too. Maybe the way to fix Faithless Looting is to make it blue-green hybrid. They put Path to Exile on top. Path is like... I'm really happy if they just like main phase Path, or if they Path my Servo and go to 1, or go to 0 actually. Maybe that can be a sassy tweet I can make. People who want Careful Study, Legal, and Modern just like Phoenix. I feel like my Twitter is severely lacking in spicy fire takes that really try to alienate people. Guess I was supposed to play the Ozolith pre-combat here. I beat a Resolved Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn with Sultai and Modern. How did that happen? I was not expecting to read the Aeon's Torn at the end of that sentence. Wait, they took damage before pathing? Weird. Cryptic Lock? Hell yeah. That is an accomplishment. Opponent has 3 cards in their hand. Yeah, the module was great that game. I'm trying to think if I want to change anything. I think I relatively like this 75. Or the 60 for the matchup. I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm also not sure that they're playing Stoneforge, although they were the last time we played. Okay. On the draw, game 3 against the blue-white deck that is playing Magic cards. Is there a reason for the looting Careful Study conversation? Maybe I'm just ranting. I don't know. Can't remember. It's my stream. I'll talk about what I want, damn it. I think we're just talking about Arc-like Phoenix, and yeah, people were asking about like what a fair looting would look like. And it just doesn't exist, I think. Yeah, just play looting and Legacy. You guys want to see something cool? Oh, I bet not everybody knows this, but I was the first one to play Blue-Red Phoenix. It was my brew. I played it at like Star City Dallas, and it's you know, it was pretty different in its like final form. What did I call it? But it's still named Blue-Red Spells in my deck names. Or it was. I didn't delete it, did I? Maybe I named it Is It Spells? Oh no. I must have deleted it. Feels bad. I thought I was going to leave it there forever. It might be a deck. Yeah. It might be deck. There it is. There. Because I imported it from Mana Traders after I built it in Mana Traders. Yeah. Here's was the first version. I think this is what I played at the... No. I was playing Bedlam Reveler instead of Crackling Drake, but this was like what I was testing after that. It was cool. It was really cool. My first successful brew in Modern, I think. But that was also before I was a streamer guy. Oh no, I didn't play the Bauble because I got distracted. But can you imagine if I had been streaming when I built that deck, how good it would have been for the stream? Yeah, Is It Charm Phoenix is... I just played it. I 5-0'd a couple times with Phoenix after looting got banned with Is It Charm. Catatonic Walrus, 5 months in a row. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate you. Literally a lie. The deck was brewed by Mohan Everett. Stop appropriating deck archetypes. Man, Mohan Everett is so cucked at this point. All of his decks are mine now. Should probably clue some people into that joke too. But I was talking about brewing up this Zerda deck that I played a long time ago. The Zerda Umber Mantle combo deck with Zerda as a companion, and somebody came into the chat and was like, "You didn't brew this deck, Mohan Everett did," which is my name and is also my Twitter handle. And so we make fun of Mohan Everett from time to time. Good, Perfy. Happy to hear it. Happy to help out Zan. Get 3 counters on the Ozolith. That's nice. Getting pretty close to killing them with the Nexus, just like whenever they tap out. Yeah, we hit them for 7 with the Nexus, assuming they have nothing. They only have 3 cards. They could steal the Ozolith with Archmage's Charm and put the counters on Celestial Colonnade, and I would quit Magic. I'm going to play this first. So it's theoretically turn 2 is a charm, turn 3 spells, put a Phoenix in play, good enough for Modern. I've played that deck and it's like there is game to it for sure. You know, when Is a Charm is discarding 2 cards that are spells in the graveyard, it's a powerful effect, but it's usually not 2. It's usually not 2. What was I saying? I had a train of thought. I've lost it. You can also like Manamorphose, Is a Charm, and then get your Phoenixes back on turn 2. Obviously, that doesn't happen very often. Isolate the Ozolith. Boo. Dude, Isolate is so sick against this deck. It's kind of unreasonable. It's a little unreasonable how good it is. Wait, they're targeting Path? Thanks. Thanks, dude. I'll get a Forest out of my deck. Wait, I guess they just want to leave Isolate in their graveyard. They're down to just 1 card. We have the mana advantage. We also have Lurrus, but we don't have double black yet. I will put a counter on the Walker, just make it a big threat. And we are done with the graft triggers now. Isolate is CMC. Oh, CMC 1. Okay, I thought it was 1 or less. I see. Fair enough. Damn it. Well, that was a great draw. I only have 1 card, so if we can draw just a couple of extra cards with Lurrus, it'll be pretty nice. Let's see what their top card is. Force of Negation. Huh, Force is actually kind of good here. Well, I thought it was non-land permanent with 1 or less, but I guess that may be why they phrased it that way. That makes sense. Could Magnetic Channeler be good at Modern to fuel easier turn 3 Phoenix? I've seen some people play Channeler. It really doesn't seem all that good to me. Where they're targeting Isolate? Oh, they're targeting Path. I just missaw, I guess. Almost out of basics. Their last card in hand is Force of Negation. So if they can maybe just break 1 more turn. Wow, Module's good. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. So you only can make a 1/1 when you put a counter on a permanent you control. It doesn't work when you put an extra copy of Infect. But you can use it to put another Infect counter, of course. We have so much mana. They path dust 4 times. Yeah, so yeah, so it's kind of weirdly phrased, but you can choose a counter on a permanent or player and then give that permanent another counter. But you only get to pay 1 to make a servo when a counter goes on a permanent you control. It is, I guess, proliferate, but it's also not. It's not exactly proliferate. So we know one of their cards is Force of Negation. We don't know the other one. Is it exactly proliferate? Well, proliferate lets you choose as many counters as you want. This is only 1. Damn it, come on. So, such a bummer. Out of basics. We're also at a low life total. Colonnade kind of scary. Okay. Llanowar Reborn. Make a counter. Or sorry, make a servo. Put a counter on the servo. Make a servo. I guess we just tap, yeah. If we spin 3 to put a counter on it now, we're actually not making as many servos as we could. If only we had 1 more basic to get. This is a pretty good land to draw. Gotta give it some credit here. Yeah, they're just dead next turn. If they don't draw anything, their hand is Force of Negation. And now we have blockers, of course. Yeah, this land made 13 power. It's pretty good. I mean, obviously we had other stuff going on, but for us just top decking a land, it's pretty good. You have prolif the land and make infinite servos. Oh, shit. It's not what infinite is not the right word, but a lot, yeah. This is a dono deck, yeah. I guess I was supposed to respond to the brainstorm by putting a counter on this servo. They should still be dead, right? If they don't have anything. Block. No, not quite dead. These become 4 power creatures. Here's the first Blue-Red Phoenix to 5-0 at Modern League. Alright, let's look up the date here. This is Mental Misstep. This was 10/16, so let me show you the tweet of when I played this at the Star City Games Open in DFW. I believe it was after this. At the very least, I built the deck myself, you know. I got receipts. I have receipts. They target Archmage's Charm and choose not to use it. Is there a way to go faster in Twitter? Wait, I thought it said they didn't choose to use it. So we put 3 more counters on a servo, and that's 15. Yeah, but I top 16 like the Star City Games Open like right after the set released. It was a week or 2 after. Oh, that's right, the Thopter tokens. Well, so yeah, why don't we just attack with why don't we just attack the 4/4 Thopters at Jace then? And then that way they can't get Thopters of their own. Thanks, Ghost Region. Yeah, so this was October 21st. This was 16th. Oh. I didn't even know. Well, could maybe compare. I mean, my mindless is like the thing in the ice version that got, you know, was pretty different than this list. But I guess this is a blue-red Phoenix list that 5-0'd before me. Pretty different, but I had never seen that before. I promise. The mono red Phoenix thing was definitely a deck already, you know. All right, 2-0. Dang, they chose not to use Mystic Sanctuary, but whatever it is at this point, it doesn't matter. Mulligan. Is this deck good? I don't know. Maybe. It's been a while since I've played this deck. It's certainly not one I'm, you know, even an expert in. I think I'm going to keep this and put back Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, I think I like putting back Bauble. The rest of the hand is just pretty good. Either 7 was keepable. It was a 1-lander on the play. Right? It was 1-lander. I mean, I've talked to Ross about the Is It Phoenix deck, and he says he never claimed to make it. He just, like... He did. I do think... So my initial list had Bedlam Reveler, which was, I think, good for that first weekend. But once people started playing more Graveyard Hate, I think that the Crackling Drake, which Ross popularized, was better. But Ross definitely put a lot of work into the deck. Like, Ross, I think, was the first one to play Gutshot. And Ross definitely popularized it, because I was definitely a nobody at the time. And also just, you know, won a lot with the deck. My OG tweet. Yes, that's my very first tweet was about the Ant PT. Yeah, and Ross's comments there are definitely true. All right, let me see if I can dig up Athena here. Where is she? Athena, come here. Athena, come here. She hates getting up for her naps. And Athena hates getting up from her naps these days. She just refuses to do it. I tried. I did pet her, but she didn't want to come in here. They're not dead to this Ravager, right? Welding Jar not looking too good against mono white. Resolves. Now I think they're dead. I'm not sure. We're gonna do some math, but so this is four power, 2 counters immediately, 3 counters on the Ravager, 4, 5. Yeah, it should be Xaxes. Oh no! I think are we 1 short? Four power Ravager, or sorry, 4 power Nexus, 3 power Ravager. Yeah, we have no scales in play. I think this is 1 short. So we sack this, 2 counters here, 1 counter here to 4, and then we sack here up to 5. But wait, this is 1 short, so we'll just not overcommit here. I'm counting this as being a 9 power on the Inkmoth. I don't think I'm wrong. How do I see mono white D&T in current meta? I think it's good. I think that you have to play about perfectly with it though, and the deck has certainly weaknesses, but is a playable deck in the format and a reasonable choice. Have we done Village Rites plus Uro? I don't think we have. I think we've done Village Rites plus Kroxa. Oh no, I've played Village Rites in an Uro deck in Pioneer before, one time. All right, they're dead. Did I watch much of Squaw's stream yesterday? I watched a little bit. I left pretty quickly after I raided those so I could eat, and then I had a lot of stuff to do yesterday afterwards, but I watched a little bit. Yeah, I think D&T is probably better than it's ever been in Modern. I think that is a true statement. I'm not sure how strong a statement that is, because D&T hasn't been great in Modern basically ever. Time to unveil the Torpor Orbs. And probably the claims too. Maybe one claim. I don't want Welding Jar. I do want the Ozoliths probably. What don't I want? Maybe we can trim on Baubles. Play like one claim. I mean, is claim even that good? It hits their Rest in Peace, hits their Aether Vial, hits their Swords. We're playing against mono white taxes. Maybe I'll cut a Metallic Mimic for like curve considerations because we just brought in 3 2-drops. Yeah, that's what it was, Simon. I forgot. Yeah, you convinced me to play 1 Village Rites in the Sultai Uro deck, and I don't think it was bad. Needle's probably good too. I'll cut another Bauble. Bauble's so bad against Thalia. Yeah, but Needle also has like other targets in this matchup. Stoneforge Mystic is a good one. Let's see if we can find that deck. This was a cool brew. I remember I liked this deck when I was playing Pioneer, and I just kind of stopped playing. Oh, I was playing a Jace. Oh, it was so cool. I did cut the Village Rites, it looks like. But this deck was fun. Maybe I'll play Pioneer again one day. Maybe if there's a tournament. We've drawn the 1 Bauble. Yeah, we brought in the claims for Rest in Peace, Aether Vial, and the equipment mostly. There's also like the random Stony Silence that could exist, but that card's not very popular right now. Got a good curve. Ravager is, you know, obviously a good draw too. Oh, I keep forgetting to play my Bauble. Damn it. And they played Thalia. Sorry guys, this Bauble's gonna sit in the hand for a bit. Our curve's good otherwise. Unexpected results and the blue-green mythic double DFMCs. I'm still not used to DMFC. Can we break Eldrazi Monument and Myriad Construct in Pioneer? I don't think the support is there, sadly. I would love to. Am I wrong for really wanting Field of the Dead to be? I think this has to have been a misclick. Oh no, never mind. I see. I mean, we'll take that. Ghost Quarter themselves to be able to cast Lean and Relic Quarter when they don't even have another land. Deal. And we also get to, you know, get Steel Overseer Ballista going. And I'm going to kill the Giver right now, I guess. Not a lot of reason to wait. Not going to shoot Thalia yet, of course. Yeah, not Eldrazi Monument, right? The other one, the new Eldrazi Monument. This matchup seems great. Forsaken Monument, right. They can't even path anything. Ha 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 ha. Seems like they have the path, I guess, is what that tap and pause means. So maybe we'll just like not kill the Thalia here. Yeah, I think we'll just not kill Thalia. Not yet, at least. I mean, maybe that tap the snow-covered plains, untap is the best bluff in the history of Magic. Maybe it's just the best bluff in the history of Magic, but I think we're just fine not walking into anything here. Ooh boy. I guess they're probably just dead to this Nexus, huh? And there's a Thalia in place, so they can't do anything about it. Might as well get the Ozolith out there, too. We never got to unveil the Torpor Orb tech this game, unfortunately. Yeah, when you're keep a 2-lander and you have to Ghost Quarter yourself on turn 2. It's pretty rough. How's it going, as spoke? 10 looks good. Gonna keep. I think I'm gonna save the jar. Razor Verge Thicket, go. Isn't every deck like Yama's deck? That's true. Like, Yama does well with a lot of different decks. Quasali Pride Mage? Boo. But it's mostly, you know, like, I think Scales is Yama's favorite deck, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly. What is that? Why I don't play Titan decks for fear of Fran? Dude, I'm so afraid of Fran. You have no idea. I actually do play Titan decks though. I've probably played 50 to 100 matches of Titan decks in my life. Can we be a joke stream yet? Absolutely not. This is another card to complain about. Remember, we're learning. We saw Isolate in the main deck of a different match, and we were so upset that anyone could have the audacity to play a good card against us in the main deck. And we can do it here again in Quasali Pride Mage. We have the same option available to us. How could someone play a card that's good against me? How could this happen to me, Aspiring Spike? Put 2 cards in the bottom. Second module doesn't do very much. I think I just want to, like, squeak out just a little bit of value here. Play it a little slow. We also have Welding Jar for the Quasali Pride Mage. Could have maybe gotten Lurrus back this turn too. I'd love to draw this Hardened Scales card people keep telling me about. Sounds pretty good in this deck. Is there a Bring to Light Omnath deck? I think I've seen a couple of versions, yeah. No, rest in peace, servo token. I think getting the Ozolith down is a little bit better than making 1 servo, just in case the Ballista dies. Not sure. Where does one acquire the internet shirt? I bought it like 6 years ago. I have no idea. Right, I'll kill the Flicker Wisp. Alright, so we could put Lurrus into our hand. I think I'm going to pay 1 for a servo here. Gonna not graft. And then I'll probably put a counter on the Walking Ballista at instant speed with animation module, and then make another servo. Do some blocking. And next turn we can put Lurrus into our hand and Bauble. Nice to trade, 0 mana for 3 mana at 1 for 1. Ooh, Renegade Rallier. Okay, let me go ahead and get the other counter on the Ballista here. We'd also get back Welding Jar with Lurrus if we want. Opponent's deck is cool. I don't really know what's going on. But Modern is kind of, you know, all over the place these days. They're really going after the Ozolith here. It's fine. We can just get it back with Lurrus if we draw a land. Hard to pass up on Steel Overseer. But I think I will. Just for this turn. Lurrus is just, I think, too nice of a card advantage engine here. And I think I will put a counter on it. The 4/3 Lurrus actually blocks and attacks a little bit better. Gaining life might be relevant. They have a Windswept Heath on top. Still not a ton of info. Yeah, I'll side out the jars in this matchup, but this was like best case scenario. This is probably just like a toolbox card. I'd love to figure out exactly what they're doing before we go to game 2. Kind of weird to see like such a brew like this when we're 3-0. So they can eat all of my things right now, but then we can use our Ballista and then play it from the graveyard without them having the ability to eat anything with Ooze. There's the green-white creature deck. So, can make one more and then play Overseer and Worker. And pass. Yeah, maybe it's a Heliod Spike Feeder deck, although like Flicker Wisp is, and just their whole deck is strange to me. They've conceded, so we don't know exactly what's going on, and I hope to find out. I'm going to bring in the Torpor Orbs. They have a lot of cards that have ETB effects. I'm going to cut the Welding Jars. Trim a Bauble, maybe. I guess. It's green-white taxes. I don't know, they seem to have like this ETB sub-theme with Charming Prince and Flicker Wisp. And cards like Quasali Pride Mage and Scavenging Ooze kind of indicate Eladamri's Call, which indicates Pithing Needle. So could be like, I mean, taxes is, the phrase taxes is losing all of its meaning if we're being honest with ourselves. I think I might bring in Needle, stops Aether Vial, Scavenging Ooze, Quasali Pride Mage, Heliod, maybe. Cut another Bauble. You got a trophy with this deck, it's green-white taxes, it plays all these cards, cool. Well, yeah, what does the word taxes mean, though? What deck are we going to play next? It's exciting. We're playing Legacy Humans with the Walking Dead Secret Lair with Rick. What phrase isn't losing its meaning? Splinter Twin combo. That one's staying very consistent. They are a Vial deck. Called the Shot. I'm going to wait on the module, I think. I think that I play Steel Overseer here. I'm not sure. Torpor Orb might just be way too good to ever consider passing on here. Don't want to attack into a Giver of Runes. But I also kind of wanted this to happen where I get my Overseer pathed and then I can go Torpor Orb into 2-drop next turn. Can I be updating that SD? It slivers. Yeah, I kept trying to, and then you guys know how Stream Decker is. Maybe it just never loads. Maybe I'll finally make the switch to Cardboard Live, like I've been meaning to. Although I saw like a little stat on my Stream Decker thing that my decks have like almost have 75,000 views, which is feels like a lot to me. Maybe it's not. It's at the very least kind of neat. I do think Torpor Orb is great in Modern at the moment. It's really, really good. It should be up to date now. Got it to load. I guess I shouldn't have 6. I have Throne of Geth. Maniacal laughter. Take that. Skyclave apparition. Ooh. That's pretty good. This Scales deck is fun. I kind of want to sack the Arcbound Worker now. I don't think I'm going to though. I think I will kill the Noble Hierarch though. If you're wondering how sweet new standard is, I'm currently playing Feasting Troll King plus Great Hinge to counter blue-black rogues. It does sound sweet. I've been looking a little bit at standard. I've been watching like Jim and Nassif play. And yeah, standard looks kind of cool. I might play some. I will only stream it if I you know, can find out things that are interesting to me and things that I can maybe showcase and brew and tune and blah blah blah. You know, do some neat stuff like I try to do in Modern. Don't want to just like play my first like foray into the format. Dude, Orb has been so good this game. Oh, I could have proliferated the vial. I didn't even think about that. That'd be cool. Might as well concede, right? Not much of a point to continue to play this game. Yeah, Yama's just taking notes for the video. I kind of feel like we should be playing like 4 Twilight Mire in the deck. Is that crazy? Twilight Mire is just so much better at casting Lurrus than any of the other lands are. And like Hardened Scales is, you know, the only other green card in the main deck. I don't know. Something to think about maybe. That's pretty good. I think I'm just gonna go Ravager, make a servo, sack servo. Let's put some counters on this. How did Slivers go? It was a lot of fun. We went 2 and 3 though. Yeah, but I think Twilight Mire just might be the best one. I'm not sure if you want to play Blooming Marsh or Llanowar Wastes as the other one, but I think Twilight Mire is actually just better than both. Because there's been a lot of times, even today, like we've had Lurrus in our hand and all green sources, but Twilight Mire is just both black sources for Lurrus. I was supposed to remove the counter and let the Ballista die so they can rebuy with Lurrus. I don't think so. I think I value the land more. We can debate it, but I think the land was more valuable. We can yell at each other about it, maybe. Get really heated. Yeah, obviously top deck best possible. I mean, it's not like we can really lose, you know. Just close the game out sooner. Yeah, like this deck is like really mana hungry. We had module in play too. Maybe I'm undervaluing how good it is to get back Ballista with Lurrus. But I feel like I valued the land a lot. Alright, so if they have a path, I'll just let them path my Ballista. If not, you know, we win the game. Athena's here, wow. 4-0, baby, 4-0. Do you ever have to buy tickets, or am I just casually going infinite on MTGO? I don't buy tickets. I usually make a few $100s a month playing Magic Online. And not casually, it's actually professionally, you could say. think I'm gonna lead on the Ozolith. Oh, isn't Bauble not useful without? Sorry, I read that backwards. Yeah, that's why I think you should maybe just not play any. And Lurrus is still good without Bauble. And you even have other 0-drops to get because of Welding Jar. Yeah, I spend a lot of time off stream. I actively lose money, I think, when I'm brewing. Maybe not, but I will very often when I'm brewing just like 1-0 drop a league, 0-1 drop a league. As soon as I realize I'm not playing the exact 75 I want to while I'm brewing, I drop. Just so I can get the list as tuned as quickly as I can for the stream. We're playing the Mirror? What the hell? Was not expecting this. In the Mirror, I think you're supposed to slam the Overseer. Oh man, I'm gonna have such a hard time in the Mirror. My brain is not wrinkly enough. Ghost Quarter? I mean, our hand is good. Our hand is definitely good. It's Lantern Control! Awesome. Playing against Lantern Control for the 5-0. That's so exciting. I love Modern, dude. Modern's great. Let's get a Ravager down. Opponent's also like super dead. I think they're super dead. We have Nature's Claims and a Needle in the sideboard. Man, it has been a long time since I've played against Lantern. Maybe I'll make a ton of mistakes. We'll see. Remember when Lantern won the PT? It won a PT. I remember it won a GP at the hands of my former teammate and current friend, Zach Elsick. Well, if they have Bridge, we just have Ballista to kill them, you know? I think we take things a little slowly here and play Worker, Ballista. Did I say that? Former teammate and current friend, Zach Elsick. Although he was always not always my friend. There is a time line where we didn't really know each other. But Zach has always been one of my biggest role models in Magic as far as like sportsmanship goes and as far as being a community member goes. It's like Zach was like the best member of the DFW Magic community, would just spend his weekends judging PPTQs Saturday, Sunday, would talk to anyone and everyone about decks and Magic. It was awesome. Love Zach. Yeah, I think we just take the land here. And I guess I'd rather have the counters on the Ozolith than them being Delta damage. You think I may have missed lethal? I mean, I didn't miss lethal. I didn't want to go for it with an Assassin's Trophy. Like, just any removal spell they could have played here. We beat Bridge, too, because we just have a Nexus. Oh, they have Ghost Quarter. Okay, so can we go in on the Arcbound Worker and kill them, I guess. This is beginning of combat. So we need to go in on the Worker. Oh no, we can go in on the Ravager. Okay, let me play this. Go to combat. Modular onto the Worker. So we can sack the Worker to the Ravager. I mean, if they have Ghost Quarter and 1-mana removal spells, like, you can just lose, you know. Or at least, you know, wait to draw a Ballista or Lurrus for Ballista. I guess. Yeah, this is, you know, +1 counters here. Alright, so we sack. This is plus 7 counters 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's exactly lethal. And I am going to go for it. Should have thrown with the Ozolith on the stack. Yeah. Just a point. But again, I'm just giving fuel to Yama's takedown video to engage in Twitter beef for clout and the success of the channel. My beef is your success, or your favorite stream success, rather. All right, up a game, up a game. I'm just gonna 5-0 with the Dono deck every week. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna trim an Ozolith, I think. Trim Metallic Mimic. Trim Hangarback Walker. Maybe not Mimic. Yeah, I actually can see Veil of Summer being good. I think maybe we play 2 Veil of Summers. And I could see going down 1 more. Maybe trim a Bauble as well. Although Bauble's kind of interesting against Lantern. I'm gonna trim 1. Tweet, hey Yama, when was the last time you 5-0'd with Scales? Oh man. What, you might just say, I mean, yesterday. I don't know when the last time Yama's played Scales. I feel like Yama would just even be excited that Scales is able to 5-0. We have a Walking Ballista, which is a super important card. We also have a Scales, of course, I'm going to keep. Gabbo has redeemed Pet Athena. Is she still in here? Oh, she's in here now. Awesome. Ken, this is also for you because you didn't get to see Athena be pet earlier. Athena is good. I love it when she's in here to nap. I think Esther put in her in here earlier, but she usually likes to nap in either the couch or the bed during the day. There's a world of difference between able to 5-0 and being a good deck. Yes, there is. But don't tell people in the chat. Otherwise, I'll fail as a content creator. Opponent has mold to 5 on the play. I guess I'll hold the Bauble to play around a discard spell. Athena is not a howler. She's very, very quiet. She very rarely makes a sound. Kaya is awesome. That's so cool. I love Kaya. So I guess we need to play both workers so that way if they go Kaya minus, we can at least kill Kaya. Love, love, love Kaya. Yeah, Kaya is great against us, but we can kill it. Kill her. I think she's pretty good right now. She's good against Shadow and Swift Spear. Lantern of Insight on top. So their hand is... Ooh. So they play out the bridge so that way their Glimmer Void doesn't get sacked. Alright, get in for 2. So we get to deal with Kaya, although Kaya's going to kill one of my ballistas, which is not ideal. But Kaya's just so good against us, we have to deal with it. So the hand is Lantern Kaya mystery card. Yeah, it's WotC paying me through fake donation decks to get into the 5-0 dumps. Like last week it was Blue Black Walkers, this week it's Hardened Scales. I've trophied with a lot of dono decks. I trophied with Blue Black or Esper Shadow. I trophied with Blue Red Rhinos, which is a dono deck. I trophied with Blue Green Infect with Madcap Experiment in the sideboard. It's been some good ones. Lantern. They have a trophy on top. Thoughts on shooting Worker to get more counters? Not when the Ballista is gonna die, I think. This is fine. Nature's Claim on top. They can't let us draw that. Oh no, I should have drawn it off of Peatland. You got to give your opponent a chance to win, I think, though. I think this is good to get the Ballista down to 1/1, then attack and then pump it. And then they're just, you know, they're just dead to this next Ballista, even if they kill this one. Any super sweet donut decks today? We got Slivers. We had Slivers. We had a cool Jund Scourge list, and this is the third one. And next we have I do want to draw this Nature's Claim, so I'm not gonna remove all the counters. And then next we have a Legacy Walking Dead Secret Lair Humans, and we're about to play that one, I guess. 5-0 with Hardened Scales in Modern. Awesome. That felt pretty good, honestly. Didn't get, like, you know, that's not a very big sample size, 5 matches, but 5-0.